Hello. I'm always amazed how fast time flies, and certainly time is flying. Here we are at September the 1st, coming into a new part of the year, the school time of the year. Today, the 22nd Sunday at Ordinary Time, starting with the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verses 17 to 18, 20, 20 to 29. Human nature. I'd like to extract from this and to start off in my own way. Human nature is to make oneself look important. We like looking, seeming to be, in our own eyes and other people's eyes, to be important, of some real worth. Seeking approval and recognition just comes naturally. We love it when we get it, and we like to think of ourselves. But unfortunately, we can take it a bit far. We can end up blowing a bubble of self-approval instead of really seeing ourselves as we truly are. Humility, on the other hand, but right out of the word humility, which is really talking about being based on this earth, this earthly reality, is having 2 feet based on the truth, standing on the ground of reality. In the gospel reading, there are really 2 parables that Jesus speaks in this gospel, from Luke chapter 13, verse 1, and then verses 7 to 14. The first one is the parable of someone invited to a wedding banquet and goes and sits in a place of honor and is told to go to a lower place, versus someone who seeks a lower place and is told to come up higher. Jesus is really saying here, you'll get further by being humble than by being self-promoting. Then the second parable. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the poor one who humbles himself will be exalted. Then he said to the host who invited him, when you hold a lunch or dinner, do not invite your friends or brothers or relatives or wealthy neighbors, in case they may invite you back and you have repayment. Rather, when you hold a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind. Blessed indeed will you be because of their inability to repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. What I understand from this is what he's really saying is, what God thinks of you matters forever. What humans think of you for only a few years. If you want something that's truly valuable, you seek approval from God's eyes. You seek status in God's eyes. The one you want to please in the end is God. If you happen to also please humans, fine. If you don't please them, that's also fine. But always please God. This reminds me of the reading we had back on August the 4th. Your treasure should be that which never will fade. The end of that reading, which was Luke chapter 12, verse 21, it said, thus will it be for all who store up treasure for themselves and are not rich in what matters to God. It's worthless to have physical treasure, to have, on the other hand, status, which is a type of treasure in people's eyes. We're here today, going tomorrow. So what does it matter? What really matters is what lasts forever, what God thinks. And then the epistle reading to Hebrews chapter 12, verses 18 to 19, and then 22 to 24. What an image that paints of fierce, first of all, of one scene is the fearful, unapproachable, destructive picture that some people have of heaven, versus what Hebrews says really is heaven, which is totally different than that first picture, which is a spectacular, glorious, welcoming, awesome presence of God and of heaven. Welcoming, loving, awesome, yes, spectacular, yes, but welcoming, loving. That's the God whose kingdom we want to be a part of. Live each day to be a part of it. God bless you all.